Hey there, I'm Douglas Ferguson, and I'm here with John Fitch.
Hey everybody.
And we are going to be sharing a little bit about liberating structures today, and really excited to announce that we're starting off with 10 liberating structures mural templates to help you start using liberating structures in your company. And let's take a look here at our 10 initial templates. And we have a nice collection of templates starting with critical uncertainties, TRIZ, Troika, ego cycle, generative star relationships, what I need from you, 10 by 10 writing, as well as what, so what, now what, agreement, uncertainty matrix, and purpose to practice. Now, that may all sound like a bunch of hoo-ha, or what are all these names I've never heard of before? Well, Liberating Structures is a repertoire of 33 microstructures created by Henry Lipmanowitz and Keith McCandless. And it was created because there is this phenomenon in most meetings and what they call microstructures that don't support real collaboration. And I think this quote from Henry and Keith really summarize what liberating structures is all about. They introduce these tiny shifts in the way we meet, plan, and decide, and even relate to one another. They put the innovative power once reserved for experts into the hands of everyone. I think that's really, really powerful. We're not going to wait around for people that know these things that work and tell us what to do. We're going to experiment, we're going to learn, we're going to try lots of things. And this graph to me really summarizes the power of liberating structures. This notion that we're going to distribute control. So we're going to release everyone to control the environment and the situation. We're going to set up the initial conditions and then let what happens happen. We're also going to involve everyone in the shaping of solutions. And you can see our conventional structures fail at both of these things. Some of them will distribute control. They don't really include everyone in a real meaningful way as far as how we make decisions and how we move forward. You know, John, I really love this graph because it demonstrates the power of liberating structures in a really visual way. You can see all the conventional structures are way over to the left, meaning they don't unleash everyone in the shaping of the future. You know, everyone's not involved in the decision making. And a few of them are okay at distributing control, but most of them are in the bottom left hand corner, which is the worst quadrant, meaning they don't unleash everyone, and these people aren't even involved in controlling of the content. And the worst is presentations, where I'm invited to talk and you're simply invited to listen, and it's no fun.
Yeah, that's a great point, Douglas. And just invited to listen sounds nice, but it's boring if you're on the receiving side of that. And I, as a facilitator, have always looked to liberating structures to help me do two things: manage attention, manage enthusiasm. And as you can see on this two by two grid, that's what they do. They liberate everyone in the meeting to not only be involved, but to have fun. And if everyone's involved in having fun, they're probably not on their phone distracted and wishing they were somewhere else.
You know, it reminds me of the notion of the lazy facilitator and how from our friend Daniel Stillman. And I love this notion that liberating structures can really allow you to be the lazy facilitator. We just have to be intentional about the initial conditions and unleash everyone. And I mean, how liberating is that? Just to know that we can trust in the process, and that everyone's going to do their thing, and we're just there to be guides. I'm getting a lot of nods from John. Excellent. So, John, let's take a look at some of our favorite methods. When you're working with purpose, you can use 9 Whys or purpose to practice, and we actually have a purpose to practice template for Mural that we're excited about, and that's part of our 10 that we've launched. When you're working with a large group, 1-2-4-all and 25-10 crowdsourcing can be really, really powerful, and these involve working with the dynamics of the group and not well suited for Mural. And so we built our own tool for these two structures. If you want to check out Control Room, you can go to app.controltheroom.com and check out these two tools that we have built into the app. If you're looking to make strategic decisions, ecocycle and critical uncertainties are the way to go. And these are included in our Mural templates. If you're looking to unleash innovation, 15% solutions and TRIZ are amazing. and we've included Triz as part of our mural templates that we've released. Please check them out. You may be thinking to yourself, there's a lot of these methods in this repertoire. There's 33 of these things. How do I even navigate this? Check out the Matchmaker. It's a really powerful tool. It's a two-sided piece of paper that you can print out, or you could use it digitally. On one side is a situation or a need, and as you look through these options and think to yourself, what do I need to accomplish? You can pinpoint the situation that you're in, what you need to do, and then flip it over and what's on the other side. And so it'd be a really great way to think about what methods that you might want to use. And I find it really great to get out of my ruts. If I've been doing the same stuff a lot, it can be a great way to say, maybe I should be doing some drawing together. I haven't done that in a while because I really love impromptu networking. Maybe instead we can swap it out and try something a little different. Now I'd like to take a look at some of the strings that voltage control has built. And in Liberating Structures parlance, strings are a way to put together methods in an arc or in a flow that will achieve an objective. And often we're thinking about the size of the room, the number of participants, what we're trying to accomplish, what we hope to have happen by the end of the workshop. And we will put together a string that will help us get there. And sometimes methods are set up for the next method. And so in this case, we have a strategic leadership retreat where we're going to start with appreciative interviews and then move on to critical uncertainties, which then may help us as we move into our eco cycle for some more strategic planning. And then Triz to think about, well, of all this stuff that we're looking to do, we might need to make some room. Maybe there's something in our rigidity trap in our eco cycle that we need to blow up and make space for. Then we'll end with some what I need from you, where we'll look across the organization and get deep respect for other departments and what they might need and what they might be going through, and so that we can be more conscientious when we're making requests of other people. Problem solving in a small group might start with 9 whys to get to a deep purpose that we share, so that we can articulate that purpose and understand it well. What, so what, now what then can allow us to make sense of our purpose and think about what we might go do about it. Wicked questions, we can start to confront some of these paradoxical issues that we face as a group. Triz, of course, is so great at just blowing up things and creatively destroying things that are getting in our way or no longer serving our purpose that we started off with. And then 15% solutions allows us to think about what we're going to do right now. How can we go make a difference given the resources that we currently have? Empowering a large group. Maybe we start off with those wicked questions. What are those paradoxes or elephants in the room? Let's just face those together. And then tap into the wisdom of the crowd using wise crowds. Then we'll analyze our networks. What are the informal networks that will power? What I need from you. Again, what are these social contracts? What are these understandings that we have about one another that we can break down, that we can unlearn? And what can we learn about the way that people appreciate us and what they don't appreciate? And how can we become stronger together through these understandings? And last, we'll end with 2510, a really energizing way to tap in to some of the bold ideas that are lingering in our organization. Liberated Conferences, one of my favorites. I really love to take a giant group of people, 250 plus, and really light up the room in a way that's really unexpected. Instead of just throwing someone on the stage and expecting everyone to listen, we can start off on some impromptu networking that's tied into the theme of our conference. We could do a user experience fishbowl to make a panel come to life in ways that we've never seen or experienced before. Conversation Cafe flips the conversation. So that instead of everyone listening to a speaker, maybe they're having conversations about a critical issue that is facilitated by the speaker. Shift and share. It's almost like an unconference. We're going to vote on some ideas that we're interested about, and there's going to be stations that you can move to, and you can go to things you're really interested in, typically all in the same room, to build a lot of excitement and energy. And then we'll go into open space, where we can have very open and critical dialogues about issues that impact us all. Those are just some examples of some of the strings that Liberating Structures has built, but there's 33 methods in the repertoire, and you can combine and mix and match them in ways that you've never even considered. So we highly encourage you to grab the Matchmaker, think about your purpose, and just have some fun. And I'll leave you with this important message that it's really important to get familiar, to practice, to build comfort. Download one of our templates, download all of them, try them in your next meeting. If you want to dive in further, you can check out the website. There's a really great app, and Henry and Keith have published a book. There's a lot of great stuff out there. If you want to connect, please join us on the Control the Room Slack or one of our facilitation practice sessions every Thursday. So that was just a few of the liberating structures that we really love and that we use a lot. And you may be thinking to yourself, "Wow, that's a long list. How do I manage these 33?" And John and I are big fans of the Matchmaker.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time in my free time cooking, and I think the Matchmaker helps you think about what is the multiple course meal for my meeting or my workshop or my conference. For example, there's some liberating structures that you probably don't want to start the meeting with. Just like if I'm hosting you for dinner, I'm not going to just put dessert in front of you first. I'm going to start you off with some kind of appetizer and then go on to other courses. And so, what's awesome about the Matchmaker is it allows you as a facilitator to really think, what are the courses that I'm introducing and why am I doing them? And having all of them allows you to get really creative in your narrative arc and your agenda design.
The virtual context adds its own set of challenges. And so we've translated the steps and the sequence into templates that you can follow using Mural.
Again, as a facilitator, Douglas, I think my main focus is attention management of my participants. And these mural templates are a wonderful way to, in an upcoming meeting, a facilitator to mix things up and drop their participants into these murals. You could call them liberated murals, and check them out. Our instructions are in there, so you don't have to feel lost. And in the next team building exercise, give one of them a go, and you'll start seeing the power of these liberating structures. And again, it's going to assist you in one of the greatest challenges in virtual work, which is attention management. So get your team focused and involved and liberate your team.